lead generation, actually getting those clients, and actually knowing what to do to grow online. And that is why I brought up the man, the myth, the legend, my client, Derek, to inspire you. Derek, what's going on? How are you?
Dude, so good to be here. I appreciate you, Danny. This is going to be awesome. I'm doing
Yes.
great, man.
Amazing. We're going to inspire a lot of people. And why I'm bringing Derek up to talk to all of you is because he was in a very similar position as a lot of you, right? He had a job that he was kind of trying to get out of, or in-person training, still does a bit of it. And Derek, you could talk about this,
Yep.
but kind of felt that burnout and almost that resentment with coaching because was kind of just on this hamster wheel and felt stuck and really wanted more freedom for him, his family, finances as well. And so that's exactly what we're doing. It's been 12 days we've been working together, and Derek already made $12,000. And
Yes.
people might hear that, right? Right, Derek? It's pretty cool. People might hear that and be like, yeah, there's like no way, right? But, Derek, I just want you to talk about it. We have pictures too, but it's all
We
good.
do.
We can talk it through, and I think just kind of share more about your story so we can get into your full story to
Sure.
inspire the folks. We'll get into it if that's cool with you, brother. All right?
Absolutely, man. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes,
Perfect.
sir.
Perfect. So first of all, let's give the audience a bit of a backstory of who Derek is, right? So how old are you? How
Yeah.
long have you been coaching? And kind of
Yeah.
like, let's talk about your experience there. I think a lot of the audience could resonate. And where are you from? Let's start there.
It's great. Yeah. Yeah. So my name is Derek McMahon. I've been coaching for about 10 years. I'm 27 years old.
Mhm.
So I started when I was young, and I've been doing in-person coaching for, like I said, about 10 years.
Mm.
I've been doing the online to an extent
Mhm.
for probably about 10 years as well, Danny, but not
Mhm.
doing it successfully.
Mhm.
So that's one of the biggest reasons that I ended up hiring Danny, was really to get a lot of confidence. And I can get more into, I'm going to go on a rant already, but
Go
um,
ahead.
just you gave me so much confidence with the online training. So my point is, I've been a trainer for a long time. I had a lot of confidence with in-person training. I had a thriving in-person business. I have a lot of confidence in selling with that. But Danny, what's really happened in the last 12 days is Danny's really inspired me and given me a lot of clarity on how to have that same confidence with online sales. So
Mm.
my point is, I've been doing this for 10 years. I've tried online for 10 years. I've signed up with Danny. In 12 days after signing up with Danny, we have $12,000 in the account. Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
so that's just where we're at. It's almost, I was just talking to Danny before, it's almost hard to imagine that that's where I'm at right now. It's hard
Yeah.
to like comprehend it, but it's the reality.
Amazing, man. 100%. And I appreciate you sharing that, Derek. Now, when it comes to before you and I started working together, which wasn't too long ago, right? It's a
Yeah.
couple of weeks. I guess you were definitely in this lower point where it's like, okay, what do I do?
Yeah.
It's like you're kind of stuck. So, what were your biggest struggles with your coaching business before? And you could talk about like the in-person struggles,
Yeah.
and then even just thinking about like online, if you were to start that by yourself, some
Mm.
struggles you're having there.
Yeah, I would say for the in-person. So part of the thing that I reached out to Danny for was I felt genuinely like I was in a really weird spot where I mentioned this to Danny. We've had this conversation on our first call, but
Mhm.
my family and I were going to be moving out of
Mm,
state. We're going to move because I'm going to do Bible college out of state.
mhm,
And my in-person business basically was going to have to either restart,
mhm,
or I was going to have to do something. And I didn't really know what to do. To be honest, I really felt like the Lord was convicting me of like, hey,
mhm,
it's time to go all in on online, because you're
mm,
going to be at Bible college full time.
mhm,
There's a little backstory. I have a wife. She doesn't work. We have two young kids.
mhm,
So there was a ton of pressure on me to like provide financially.
mm,
And I'm more than willing to go work hard, and I know in person would be successful, but I
mhm,
just felt like it was time for me to be sick and tired of being sick and tired
mm,
and take action on the online training. So yeah, we took that action, and ever since taking that action, really I think the biggest thing that's happened, Danny, is the clarity and confidence in my offer, because it's so clear now what I offer and the value that I offer through online.
Mm-hmm.
My sales has gotten very good
Mm-hmm.
because I really believe in what I'm offering, because you've helped me to package it.
Mm-hmm.
You've helped me to understand what a weekly work week looks like for clients in an
Mm-hmm.
online business.
Mm-hmm.
And you've also helped me see how many potential clients that I had through leads and Instagram and Facebook, just people interacting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I hope I answered your question right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, 100%
Yeah.
there. And I think too, people are thinking, yeah, there's a lot of info online for free, right? Like
Mm,
ChatGPT and this and that. And that was still available to you, Derek, but
yeah,
we weren't getting the 12K, we didn't make it. So I think a lot of
100%.
people watching too might have that belief where it's like, maybe I could just map this out myself, try my best. Did you ever think of that? Like, what were your biggest
Yeah.
struggles, like trying to just do it yourself? If,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think, dude, like if we're coaches, so we
Mm-hmm.
help people with fitness,
Mm-hmm.
and a client could do the same thing. They could go into
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT, they could go create a program, they could go do whatever. But we
Mm-hmm.
know as coaches, like accountability is the most important thing that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So having somebody in our corner who's going, "Hey man, I love this about you, Danny," is you go, "Here's your weekly to-dos, here's what you got to do," and you keep me accountable to it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
you go, "Hey man, did you do this?" No. Okay, well then there's some action that's got to happen.
Yeah.
So so really, Danny, like since signing up with you, it's basically, I told Danny this at the beginning. I said, you created an online training business that's successful.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give you my stuff. You tell me what you would do, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
just do it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's all I've done for the last 12 days. He's told me what to do, and I've just done it. And
Mm-hmm.
we've gotten the results that we needed, um,
Amazing.
plus some. So yeah, I think investing in a coach, if you're a coach and you aren't willing to invest in a coach, I think you're likely going to be limiting the amount of clients that you get. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be willing to invest in yourself
Mm-hmm.
to grow.
Respect. Yeah, 100%, Derek. For the knowledge, the experience, but also like the integrity aspect. I think that's a big
Hmm.
point where it's like if we're asking people for money
Yeah,
through clients and we're not even willing to invest in ourselves, there's some sort of disconnect. And a lot
absolutely.
of that misalignment crushes businesses, right? And so
Absolutely.
I hear what you're saying 100%. And now
Yeah,
you were a bit stuck in person, kind of just like burned out. And you
yeah.
mentioned something we were talking earlier. What Derek told me was like if you don't mind me sharing,
Sure,
like,
man.
he had a hard time selling in person because he was super confident selling in person, but he literally didn't want to because he didn't want to take on the work. And a lot of
Yeah,
you audience members, a lot of you coaches listening, watching right now, it's like if you're just swamped in person, it's like sure you want to make money, but then it's like more hours added onto your calendar, more hours, and you literally are
100%.
missing moments with your own life. No one's
Yeah,
getting any younger. You're getting older. You're losing time. You're losing time with your family. So can you kind of just like talk about that, Derek? How like the in
yeah.
person was almost like you were resenting coaching a little bit.
100%. And this is, I just chatted with Danny about this. I talked to my wife 2 weeks ago. It was probably about 2 weeks ago, right before I
Mm-hmm.
started with Danny. And it was actually before I even found out about Danny. But
Mm-hmm.
I told my wife, hey, somebody's maybe going to sign up. We were just talking about the work day or whatever. Oh, is this person going to sign up? And I'm kind of like, I kind of hope not. Like,
Yeah, that's
I'm like,
crazy. Yeah.
I don't really want them to sign up because yeah, it's good money and stuff like that, but I don't want to fulfill it. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
go and okay, I sold this um, $1,000 package and now I got to go over to somebody and train them 3 times a week for the next month. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't want to do that. So it got to a point with me for the in-person stuff where I don't know, there's probably some people in this situation too, but I've had a thriving in-person business that was doing
Mm-hmm.
10K, that was doing great in person,
Mm-hmm.
but I did get to a point where it was like I don't want people to buy from me because
Mm-hmm.
I literally am like I want to be with my wife, I want to be with my
Yeah.
kids, I want the freedom. And with this online stuff, man, whenever I get a sale, I'm like, let's go. Because they get in
Mm-hmm.
the ecosystem, but I also know like realistically, once I build programs, once I do stuff, it's like 15 minutes of work a
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Like, um, so yeah, getting a sale online is like it's almost giving me back that feeling that I had when I started in person, and you get like your
Mm.
first sale and you're like, oh my gosh, I got a sale. But
Yeah.
then your confidence builds, man. And I my wife was telling me yesterday, literally my close rate has been nearly 100%.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you just get so confident with it and you're like, the offer's phenomenal. Just
Yeah.
like a lot of you guys might be with in person. If you know
Mm.
your offer is good, you're confident with selling it. It's
Yeah.
like, because you're going, hey, by the way, I have this $3,000 thing
Hmm.
and I'm going to, or I have this $30,000 value thing and I'm going to give
Hmm.
it to you for $3,000. And you're kind of
Exactly.
going like, ooh, if someone doesn't buy, you're like, why wouldn't you buy? Like that doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
so, so you helped with that clarity and that as
Amazing,
well.
Derek. Appreciate that. Yeah, and for anyone listening too, like when it comes to someone hearing this and how he's crushing it, making a lot of money, it's like we're not selling hundreds of clients. He has a 3K package.
Yeah.
And that's not just like cheap, but the way we position it and we package it up and actually bundle all of Derek's knowledge into this 3K package where his leads are hearing this and they're like, you literally told me, Derek, like some of them are like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like that's all. And
Yeah.
so, and we talk about raising prices, we probably will, but it's like pretty crazy. I think a lot of coaches hear 3K, 4K, 5K for a fitness program. It's like, how are they doing that? It's how
Mhm.
you actually position and package it, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like, I don't know, I'm not really into cars too much, but if someone's into cars and there's a Lambo out there for 5K, 5K is like decent money, but for a Lambo, it's like, that's a steal. So it's like for
All day.
3K for what Derek is selling, that's a steal. So I just want to put context for the audience members, the coaches watching. Now,
Yeah.
for you, if you don't mind, we kind of talked about it a little bit, Derek, but a lot of people are in a job right now or in in-person training, whatever it is, and they're feeling like burnt out, frustrated, whatever it is, and it's negatively impacting them.
Yeah.
So for you,
It's
with
good.
the in-person, and we were kind of just like running into the wall, burnout, and you
Mhm.
also are moving too. So it's like that, the stress on that. Like, how was all that before joining the mentorship? How was that all negatively
Mm.
impacting you and your family?
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's actually kind of nuts what it was doing with my family and my marriage.
Mm,
It was like part of it was the stress about not knowing the income and stuff like that when I moved
yeah,
and the expenses that were going to be going up with the move and
right.
everything. So I was just telling Danny before this too, like with all this money flooding in, I have no concerns with this move anymore. I'm
Yeah,
like, praise God. I mean, we have enough to just like cover the thing and not have stress about it.
so
So
cool.
just all that income for itself has been amazing. And then I think also just like the confidence in knowing that like no matter where I am, I can also sell this thing. I can sell
Mm,
it. And this is cool too, Danny, because people might not know this is like I've had multiple sales at this point with people that like I didn't have in my network. Like these are people that are just completely
yeah,
outside of my network,
strangers.
strangers that
Hmm.
bought because you've showed me a way to build trust in marketing, in
Hmm.
direct messaging,
Yeah.
um in program overviews and sales calls and all that stuff where people are like, man, I just trust this person. So my point is my
Yeah.
confidence in online training as being a primary source of income
Mm,
has went way up, and it's just made me go, this is actually stable if you just work the plan.
100% makes sense, Derek, without a doubt, definitely. And I think that's where a lot of people are at right now, listening, watching, right? They're coaches. Now they're being negatively impacted by their lives. They want to grow online, right? Now they have hesitations though, right? A
Yeah,
lot of people, they might be watching my content or you might have a call coming up and there might possibly, right, be some hesitations. And you had them too, right? You're
yeah,
crushing it now, 12 days in, already 12K, $1,000
right.
per day, pretty much if we
Mhm.
mathed it out like that, but you still had some hesitation. So when you and I guess, first met, you reached out, we got on the call, right? It's still a big step either way.
Yeah,
What were your initial hesitations in deciding to work with me?
yeah, man. Well, I think what what's cool about what you offer, Danny, is like
Mhm.
you practice what you preach.
Mm,
So there was part of it like as he was going through the sales process, as we were going through the sales process and the sales call,
Mm-hmm.
when you got when you got done explaining what the program was, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, this value is crazy. This is
Mm-hmm.
really, really good value.
Mm-hmm.
So initially I was already bought in at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then you gave me a price point that I was like, the value is way more than that.
Mm-hmm.
The value, because the value when you explained it, I was like, he's built a successful business, he knows what he's doing. So I was bought in at that point. But my hang up was I genuinely did not have the cash to invest. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's where I was. And
Mm-hmm.
it was a really hard investment. And I went back and I prayed about it, and I just felt like overwhelming urge, like bet on yourself. Like
Mm-hmm.
bet on yourself and go all in and do this thing. Because if you actually show up, and this is the thing, like you need to show up, you need to do the work, and you need to listen to what he's telling you to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I did those things. I'm telling you guys, I mean, we'll show you the screenshots maybe if Danny works
Yeah, I'll try to
tech
slide them
wizardry.
on, and I'm not the best with
Um,
editing, but if anyone wants them, let me know.
but it is a 12, we did do 12K in the last what
Yeah,
12 days,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So it works.
yeah.
And it was scary to jump in because I didn't have the money to do it, but I just decided I'm going to bet on myself and go all
Amazing,
in,
amazing, Derek. Appreciate
and
you
it
sharing that,
works.
man. Yeah, because
Yeah.
a lot of people are in that position, right? It's like there is a great saying where we don't want to rely on resources, we want to be resourceful.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's what you did, Derek. You're like resourceful. Because if you just looked at your resources, you're like, well, I just don't really have the funds. And
Right.
then you pass off the opportunity, and literally you would be in person and $12,000 less in your account
Right.
in the same exact spot.
It's kind of
But
wild.
you were the more, success-driven
Mhm.
mindset where it's like, okay, I don't have the resources, but how can I be resourceful
Yes, sir.
and make a way to actually make this work for me and my family, because you're going to
That's
do
right.
whatever it takes. And just like Derek said, it's like this we didn't just snap our fingers and 12K ended up in his bank account. It's like we put all the systems in place. Derek
Hmm.
shows up, he asks for great questions, and he's a
Hmm.
great client. And it's like if someone's watching and you're willing to do that, it's going to work for you too. It's
Guaranteed.
just about taking that step. So for you, Derek, like what would, just real quick, like advice to
Yeah.
kind of take that leap, because that's where
It's so
most
good.
coaches take 20 years to actually take that first step. And
Yeah.
so for you, what was your thought process on taking that? Like, why did you even do it? Let me know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, for me to not take the leap, it would have been me being complacent. And
Mm,
I realized like it's either I take action and I bet on myself, or
mhm,
I simply, like you just said, I sit here and everything stays the same. And
mm,
I had to get that mindset because um I mean really, like you need to want to change. Like I was telling Danny before, like I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, like
yeah,
they say sometimes. And it
yeah,
was like, but the thing is you don't need to be in a terrible position to get to say, okay, now I'm gonna do it,
mhm,
right? Like you can do that now. It's like, do
mhm,
you want your life to be better or not?
yeah,
It's your choice. Like you can choose to take action, or you can choose to delay, procrastinate, try to forget about it for a little while.
mm,
And then 5 years down the line, you go, man, I still want to do this thing. It's
mhm,
like just take the jump and just give it your all,
mhm.
right? And I guarantee it's gonna work for you.
Amazing. Yeah, love that. And I think too, it's important, like something you mentioned too, is making the choice. Like being ready is not a feeling, it's a decision.
That's so good.
So a lot of people, they're like, when it comes to decisions like this or just finding the right help, it's like, I just want to like feel ready, but you're never going to have, like, it's always going to be uncomfortable, whether we do it like
100%.
first call or 5 years later on down the line, it's going to feel a bit challenging because you're stepping into growth. And it's
Yeah.
just a decision to be like, I am drawing a line in the sand. I'm going to make this change. And it's
Yeah.
amazing, Derek. You mentioned like you're pretty much like this is for everybody too. Like you're pretty much 100% closing rate because you're going to attract the type of person that you are. So if people
Mm,
that are watching and you're hearing maybe on calls or you're not making as much money as you want, but when it comes to these decisions, you have to think about it. You
mhm.
like sleep on it and you take too long, you push it off, push it off. You're also going to attract people like that. Right. So
100%.
Derek was like, listen, like, let's do this. I'm ready. And now he attracts people right? The way God works is like,
Yeah.
now you're literally a magnet for those people because you became him. You became that
100%.
person that's all in. So now you're attracting those people. So I just wanted to plant that seed. I think that's a
Yeah.
big hack that can help like everyone listening. And that makes sense. Now, like circling back, right? You had those hesitations pop up, which is totally normal, and you made
Yeah.
that step anyway. Now, we already kind of talked about some results, but let's go over specifically 12 days, already
Yeah.
12K. And other than that, like what sort of results have we been able to accomplish together?
Oh my gosh. It feels like it's been so long because there's
Yeah.
so much. Like, I mean, we have a program overview that's like it's dialed in that when I run somebody through it on a sales call, that's the response is like, that's it, because
Mm,
this is so valuable,
love it.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's completely dialed in. My niche is completely dialed in. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm creating the best content that I've ever created with absolute clarity. I know what I'm
Mm,
supposed to post up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I know what stories to put out every one of those days. I know how to reach out to people who interact with me and follow me.
mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, there's so much, bro. And my offer, like the thing is for me, I've done online training before, like I said, but it was always like a side gig. So
Mm,
it was like an off, like, okay, I'm doing training, and then it's like, oh, you can't afford training. Like, here, do this online thing for 100
mm.
bucks. I'll program for you, whatever. Now,
Yeah.
now it's like my main thing. So I'm
Yeah.
going and I'm seeing everything in it. I'm going, oh, hold up. We can do workout programming, we can do nutrition programming, and we can do accountability all in the app. We can, Danny, you have it such a wise way of doing it where you're like, Wednesday you're doing this, Thursday you're doing this, Friday you're doing this. So you're making sure your clients are getting bombarded with value, just
Mm-hmm.
loaded with value. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not that much work on my front. So I just have like so much clarity on this business. Um, and one other thing I wanted to mention is like
Mm-hmm.
your mindset, I think, Danny. I don't know if that's just like rubbed off on me or what, but the I'm realizing how many leads and like assets and wealth that I have all around me that I didn't realize before. Like
Mm-hmm.
all the people viewing my stories, all the people interacting with my stories, all the people liking my posts. Dude, before I was just like, I'll post and like I don't even respond to comments. I don't do
Mm-hmm.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
And Danny's basically like, dude, you got like 100 leads right there that you're not
Yeah.
even trying to touch,
Right. Right.
and they buy. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
done. This program's been life changing for me.
Mm, appreciate that, man. Means a lot. Love that.
Yeah,
And yeah, when it comes to like the leads too, I think also because there's some people maybe watching that have some leads, but for you really plugging in the right DM process and also the
that,
sales process, the program overview, checking
yeah,
out your sales calls, all that. That's like where the magic happens, right? And also the confidence to sell that 3K package. And
hmm,
now it's just like, I feel like for you, I don't want to speak for yourself, but you see these people engaging now. And now
hmm,
you're like, oh, I actually have a system I can bring them through
yeah,
instead of it's like, oh, that's just like another like on Insta, like whatever, Now we actually
yes,
have like a conveyor belt of
hmm,
like a business to that 3K where, yeah, they pay you and then they get so much back in return. That's how
hmm,
business works. That's the beauty of it is just like that exchange. And so I think that's amazing. Does that make
yeah.
sense though?
No, that's phenomenal. And I didn't even mention like the DM part has been massive. Like
Mm-hmm.
you really give like super clear DM scripts
Mm-hmm.
that are very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
And then also like I'll throw this out there is,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope you don't have too many clients at this point when people see this video, but when when I um when I like had a specific situation over a Facebook group and I had a bunch of different leads blow up from it, I
Mm-hmm.
just texted, I messaged Danny and said, hey man, this happened, like can you help me? And he's just like he's just a very good coach. Like he's just on it. He's like, hey dude, write this. This is what you should
Right.
write.
Right.
Here's how you should do it. So it's not only just like this cookie cutter generic
Mm-hmm.
program that you just like watch the videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's actually like
Yeah.
coaching you and leading you through the process, which
Love
I
that.
really love.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And now, obviously, we've been getting amazing results. And I want to ask too, because what I think about for you, I think a lot of people that are watching, listening, they also probably have a family, right? And maybe not, but maybe one day, or just like they want freedom in themselves, like with themselves, their own
Yeah.
schedule, all that. But I just think about for you is like, your family, right? And
Yeah, bro.
how when you mentioned before, when you move, you're not going to be as stressed, right? Maybe
100%.
taking a vacation with your kids, and your kids have the best time of their life. It's like because of this
Yeah.
business. And I
Hmm.
just think about that bigger picture. And so outside of the business, Eric, like what would you say some of the biggest changes you've seen
Yeah.
in your life outside of the business?
Yeah, man. I mean, the family's been a huge one. And
Mm.
one of the things that I don't know if I'm traditional, whatever you want to call it, but my wife stays home
Mhm.
and it just feels so good to just be like, what upgrades do we need?
Mm.
Like what do you want for the house? And just like
Mhm.
throw it in the Amazon, like boom, it's done.
So
You
cool.
know? So
Yeah.
that's been super, super cool. Just being like kind of spoiling her and like,
Yeah,
what do you
man.
need? What do we need upgraded? Let's go. Let's go, go, go. So that's been
Mm.
really neat. And then I'll say kind of another one that's kind of
Yeah.
maybe a little bit like not what you'd expect, but my own fitness and health in
Mm.
in multiple ways. So one way is that before when I was doing in person, I didn't have people doing nutrition tracking
Mhm.
because it was just we just did sessions. We're together for an
Mhm.
hour
Right.
and then that's what I'm paid for.
Yeah.
But with online, I have my clients nutrition tracking
Right.
and anybody who's a trainer, I think you probably understand the responsibility of having of telling somebody to do something, you feel obligated to be doing it yourself.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
my nutrition has gotten better. I've started
Mhm.
tracking my nutrition a little more because I'm like, oh, I got these people doing this.
Yeah.
My standards have increased in that regard. And then I think long term, as I step away, I have some in-person clients still that I'm kind of their packages are running out and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just like leave them with their
Right. I
package
get
hanging.
it. Yeah.
But as their package ends, I could see my time availability, my time just
Mm.
expanding massively. Like
So
super
cool.
clear work days where it's like a couple hours a day and that's it. I'm not going here and there and there and there. I'm just like here,
Yeah.
online train for a couple hours. That's
Yeah.
all.
That's amazing, Derek. 100%. I think it's amazing too, where it's like you're going to work fully wherever you want, could be from
Right.
home. And it's like you're doing some check ins, you go see the family, you see your wife. It's like you're all right there. And that's why we have
100%.
families. We don't have families to go to work 9 to 5, and then we only see them a couple hours like out of the week. And so I think
100%.
that's a beautiful thing as well. All amazing, man. All amazing. And also, if
Yeah.
you just want to quickly talk about like, I think too, just taking away some financial stress because it takes
Hmm.
that step, right? It takes the investment, and then you get all this in return, and you see the
Hmm.
12K, and it's like Amazon, right? Like you go to your wife, what do you need? And also
Hmm.
just kind of like talk about that kind of relieving some financial pressure. Are you experiencing
Yeah,
some of that as well?
dude, 100%.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
I don't even think I realized how much I was limiting
mm,
myself financially until I took this investment, this step of investing in this coaching and
mm,
enrolling in this process
mm,
because there was just yeah, there was so much, man. Worried about how we're gonna make the move. Okay, there's
mm,
first month rent and down payment, and there's just all this sort of stuff that I'm thinking about. I'm not even thinking about how I could completely bless the socks off my wife, like how I can just load
mm,
her up.
mm,
And it's changed my mindset, Danny. This is what it's done. It's changed my mindset from like survival
mm.
into like abundance,
Yes. Yeah.
where I'm like not like what do we want, what do we need? I'm like what do we want,
Mm. Wow.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's in that in and of itself changes everything in your life.
Mm. That's powerful. Yeah.
So
It's like going
and
from,
yeah.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say because you can even like I think you can even like think your way into thinking that you're thinking that that you're
Mm.
operating out of that. Like I would say before, I wouldn't even say like I'm operating out of scarcity necessarily. I wouldn't have like admitted that. But
Right.
like after taking the jump and taking the and making the investment, I realized that I
Mm.
realized that I was operating out of scarcity and I had to take that investment to break that scarcity spirit off. And then it was
Mm.
like, now we're walking in abundance. And like you said, dude, people are attracted to that.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
like you mentioned, you briefly mentioned it, but literally client call, you go through the process and they're like, you finish and you give them the price and they're just like, that's all. Like,
Mm.
here's my credit card. I've never met you in my life. Here's my card. You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then you're also, you feel good. You're not just stealing from them. You're going,
Yeah. For sure.
not awesome. I got a client in now, and I get
Yeah.
to like
Serve.
bless them and
Yeah.
serve them. Yeah.
Yeah, love that, Derek. Appreciate you sharing. I think that's a big thing too for coaches listening is sure getting the 3K, getting the payment, but then a lot of people stop when it comes to online because they don't
Mm,
have that structure with fulfillment. It's like someone
100%.
pays me all this, like, what do I give them? I'm kind of nervous. And then the analysis paralysis kicks in and
Mhm.
they just stick to what's comfortable, which is in person,
Yes. 100%.
right?
100%. Yeah.
So yeah, 100%
Yeah.
appreciate you sharing that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, last couple of things, man, to wrap it up. This has been amazing so far. And
Good.
again, like why Derek is here is because a lot of you are listening, watching, and he's here because it's like if he can do it, like you could do it as well.
Yeah,
It just
absolutely.
it just takes those choices and steps to get started that are simple but not easy. It could be
Mhm.
uncomfortable. Like Derek went through it, but now he's crushing it. And same thing for you. Like as long as you're committed, you're going to be willing to show up. You are a good listener and you're able to take action. Like it can work for sure.
Yes.
Now, last couple of things for anyone that's listening, thinking about kind of going all in on their coaching business, kind of a similar
Mhm.
position that you were in a couple of weeks ago.
Mhm.
What would you personally say to them?
Mm. Hmm. I would say, if you feel like that's the right thing to do,
Mm,
and you know that it's the right thing to do. I think if you're already in this conversation with Danny where you're going through some sales calls, or you're thinking about booking a sales call, or you're even like thinking that that's kind of where you want to go,
mhm,
then you have two options. You can either make the investment and take the risk, or you can procrastinate and do nothing.
mm,
It's as simple as that. It
mhm,
it really is, because I mean, God is so good that he gives us free will.
mhm,
So if you don't want to do it, or if you decide not to do it, man, just understand, like, you could also have lost out on that 12K in 12 days. I
mm,
mean, I never I don't want to say I never expected to make that much
mm,
that this fast. I was all in. When
mhm,
you buy in and you invest, something happens to your mentality
mhm,
where you're like, I'm in.
mhm,
I need to make this work. I need to get after it. I need to get after it. And Danny's right there to support and hold you accountable to get you to the goals that you want. When I initially signed up, I told Danny, dude, I need to make 5K in my first month.
mhm,
To a lot of you, that might sound kind of crazy too. And to me, that was like, that'd be the best I ever did online.
mhm,
So I was like,
mhm,
5K in my first month.
mhm.
And here we are, 12 days in, 12.
Yeah.
And now I told Danny, I messaged Danny yesterday or maybe
Mhm.
Sunday, and I said, hey, this week I'm going for 10K this
Okay.
week.
Yep. Yep.
And like I said, guys, I didn't have success with this before. I've been on this program with Danny for 12 days. It
Crazy.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing. Wow. Appreciate you sharing that. And
absolutely.
yeah, that's what it comes down to is obviously like finding the right help, but just like you said, just taking that step and just being committed. And I think what helped with you, Derek, is like setting those goals of like, hey, this is where
Mm,
I want to be. This is what I want to do. And we just like put that out and, we
mhm,
got that pretty much like law of attraction. But
mhm.
I love that you said the two paths because that's with everyone listening, everyone watching, when it comes to you or even your fitness clients,
Mhm,
it's the
100%.
same. It's the same thing, right? How
Yes,
many times have you heard, "Oh, I'm going to sign up with you," and then they don't sign up, and you see them, or
100%.
and they're still a bit heavier, and nothing against them, they just didn't take action. And
Mhm,
so, same thing with you, coach. Is it's like, sure, like you could procrastinate, put it off, and think about it for a day and 2 weeks or whatever, but you're literally nothing's going to change. That's just delusion, right?
mhm.
Or just like Derek said, is take that leap. Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
maybe scary, uncomfortable, but it's going to get you to that other side of just it's going to be growth and you're going to get your return. And not only, Derek, is like you're making all this money, but dude, these are skills that you will have for the
Yes.
rest of your life no matter what you do, and
Yes.
that will never go away. You know what I mean?
100%. And I think what you just said there, Danny, so good is, what I've tried to do is I've tried to be the client that I would want.
Mm,
Like, I think
mhm,
about my best clients, and you guys know in the fitness world, your best clients, are just the ones that are like, here's my card, I'll pay, and they show up and they're just like,
Yeah.
tell me what to do,
Tell me what to do. Yeah.
right? And the worst
100%.
clients are the ones that are like, I already know, I don't need you, I'll wait a month. It's
Mm,
like, so you don't want to attract that person, but you will if you are that person, unfortunately.
mm,
It's just how it
so
goes.
true. So true. We don't make the rules.
We don't make the rules.
Right? It's
That's
just it's how it goes, man. Wow, this is so powerful. Let's finish it off. Any
yeah.
final thoughts, Derek? You want to tell the audience just like any lingering thoughts? Let them
Mm.
know.
Yeah, I'll say one more thing is I've worked with a couple different coaches that do online training and they help you.
Mm,
So this is I didn't even get into this, Danny, but
you did it, yeah.
I've worked with multiple different online training to people that help you build your
Like
online
business
training business
coaches, mentors. Yeah, got it.
through my online business. I've worked with a few in the past and I like I said, I haven't had a lot of success.
Mm,
5K would have been my best month. But when I signed up with Danny, I think there's two things. I think Danny's a phenomenal coach. I think he's really, really there for the accountability. And he just is like got an awesome program, an awesome community, awesome consistency. He's very diligent and he's an awesome, awesome coach. I think that's one reason that I've been
mm,
very successful with this. And I
mm,
think another reason is because I have went all in it
mm,
before there was hesitance. There was just this like, I don't know. I wasn't a great client. And now I'm just like, I'm
mm,
all in. Tell me what to do. Let's just go.
mm. Love it. Wow, that's
Yeah.
powerful. Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing that. You had other mentors, and I'm glad this one worked
Yeah.
out, obviously. And I think that's a
Yeah.
big thing for people watching is like maybe they've had past experiences that didn't work out, and that stops a lot of people from, keep
100%.
trying. And that's why I love your mindset because you're someone that never quits. And I'm sure the viewers too, there are people that never quit. Because I always say what's worse than a bad experience with a mentor is letting that bad experience stop you from your next good experience.
Yes. That's
Right.
so good.
So that's really
Yeah.
important. And the fact that you're like, hey, all in, let's do it, let's go. That's why this is working.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think it's
Yeah.
just like so powerful.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, man, no, that this is amazing. I'm getting goosebumps. So
Let's go.
really
I love it.
appreciate you, Derek. And for anyone listening and watching, you may already have a call lined up with me or one of my client success managers. And we're happy to help. We're happy to go over this and hopefully get the same results as Derek. And
Mhm.
if not, you can definitely just reach out on Instagram at DannyCavs4, DannyCavs4. Message me the word scale. That's exactly what Derek did. And look at us 12 days
That's
later.
right. That's right. That's right.
Right. So
Absolutely recommend
Derek sent the
Danny.
keyword
Absolutely.
and I was like, let's change his life. And so I'm happy to do that for anyone watching. And Derek, just
Yes, sir.
thank you so much. And we really do this to inspire people because a lot of people are just in a position that they don't want to be in. And from coach to coach, like I don't want to see that keep happening to them. And
Mhm.
so I want people to get the same results as you. So just one final thank you, Derek. We really, really appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks so much, Danny.
Of course, Derek. All right, I'll talk to you soon. And everybody, peace
Yes.
out. Thank you so much. You could reach out. I'm here to help. And Derek, where can they find you? Last thing, Instagram.
Yeah. You can find me at Derek McMahon Fitness on
Okay, spell
Instagram.
out McMahon if you can. It's a bit tricky sometimes.
Sure. So it's DEREK, McDerek, and McMahon McMahon.
Awesome. Sounds good. That's your
Yes.
IG?
That's it. Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. If anyone wants to follow him, get some inspiration, reach out to him if you want. If you have some questions, you can definitely
Absolutely.
do that. And Derek, appreciate you. Have a blessed day. Everyone else, have a blessed
Yes.
day as well. All right, talk to you
Yes.
soon. Bye-bye.
Have an awesome one.